Hey Deviants. I wanted to get all cute for this video, but I just gave up. I'm just tired. I worked yesterday and Saturday. It was an awesome weekend. Did really well. Yesterday was even better because I got to come in late but leave early, and I made more than most nights I would do that. Well, than any night. I made more per hour than any other night I've been there so far last night, which was super fun. So I didn't end up working last week, which really sucked because I wanted to work last week, but the regular that I really liked and was really hoping would work out, he had to be weird and he had to be creepy, which is not surprising. It's not like I didn't expect this. I didn't know that this was very normal. And I feel like it's karma for saying in one of my first videos, oh, the whole stalker thing, it's not as bad. And that's because in Alaska, in Richmond, Baltimore, it wasn't. In Baltimore, people think it would be, but actually no, the dancers, myself included, we were seedy ass bitches. You don't fuck with the dancers there because dancers, club owners, bail bonds company owners, that's who run the block. Funeral home owners, car detailing shops, the cops don't run that place. We did. So I actually never felt threatened on the block, ironically enough, even though it gets a very bad rep. It's not the cleanest area of the United States to dance in. It's just not, but there's a lot of money to be made there. Down here, it's nice. My club's super clean. I've mentioned that before. I love it. But what happened with this guy was I basically didn't go into work because he was coming in every single one of my shifts, and I told him, I can't make my money if you're in here every single night, and if you want to come and see me, that's fine, but you're gonna have to pay $500 if you want me to hang out and talk to you for 7 hours and not focus on my other customers. To which he got kind of annoyed and mad and upset that, basically I was asking for space and boundaries. And my friend who also dances there, she's really awesome actually. We've grown a little bit close here. I can't say her name, don't wanna call her out, but she messaged me on Wednesday saying, is this the guy? And sent me a picture of him, and I'm like, yeah. And that made me really mad because one, I didn't tell him that I was going to be there, and two, he didn't even tell me he was going to be there. It's he just expected to waste yet another one of my nights, and it's I don't mind spending, he spends what's equivalent to 1 to 2 hours on me, my rate. He spends I should be, if I have a regular, I should be making probably $100 an hour off of them, plus, more than that. That's the bare minimum. So that's what he was spending, but expecting my whole night, my whole attention, and he just wanted to watch me work. And I'm you can't do that because that impacts my earnings and my job. And he wanted to talk every single day. Y'all, I don't talk to my own family and best friends every day because I'm a very introverted person. It takes a lot for me to recharge my social battery. So I definitely don't want to talk to customers every day who are less important and relevant in my life than the former 2 groups that I just mentioned. That's just how I am. And it's really unfortunate because when this happens, it makes our workplace feel a little bit less safe. And luckily, I do have a great group of bouncers at my club, but it does happen. This past week was an example of customers overstepping their boundaries. And man, the culture here, the dating culture is so weird because it's very pay to play, which is fine. For the girls that works for, it's fine, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm literally just going to work. I'm not going to meet customers outside of the club because I have a book series, 6 social media pages, OnlyFans modeling, Playboy modeling, and then I'm also I'm also a swimsuit and lingerie model published in magazines. So I have 6 or 7 jobs. And I'm writing a screenplay. I don't have time to meet customers outside of the club. And it's really hard for me to even find time for my loved ones right now outside of the club. I'm realizing more and more, if I'm getting any sort of weird vibes from people, whether it's in the club here or out of it, I'm not engaging because dancing is a very physically taxing job, and the older I'm getting, as I said, it's taking me longer to recover because of age. That's aging. And people here, unlike the West Coast where I was dancing before up in Alaska, for like 6 months, the last 6 months I lived there, it's very go, 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 and it's very like every single day. And that's just not how I am. Like, I like to relax. I like to, take time for myself because I'm in a physical demanding job. So, like, I have to. Anyways, though, so, like, I did want to bring that up because I did go so long without an update. My plan this week is to probably get back to working 4 nights. I don't know exactly which 4 yet. But yeah, I almost thought about leaving my club over this guy, but then I realized, like, it's not worth it. And I was really happy to see, like, he wasn't there yesterday or Saturday. So, like, I think he got my warning pretty seriously because, like, I told this dude, I was like, he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, the conversation ended really weird. He was like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to overstep your bounds. LOL, you don't come into my office all the time. And he was like, oh, can we be friends outside work? And I said to him, let me think about it. And that was an honest answer. I'm not going to bullshit him and be like, oh yeah, we can be friends. I don't want to fucking be your friend. I don't want to just be everybody's friend. Like, that's not how I am. That's one thing I loved about Alaskans that is so different from here. Just because somebody is nice and successful does not mean I want to be their friends. I have a limited schedule. Like, I'm a really career-oriented person. So that doesn't mean shit to me. Like, at all. And that's how the culture is here. It's very, like, guys assume that if they have money and are, like, decent looking, that, like, girls really want to date them. And it's like, no, like, your money is worth less to me than that day of free time. It always will be. It always will be. And if you don't like it, there's a ton of other people that will entertain you for whatever money you want to pay. And it's unfortunate that does happen because it's like, if I have a regular, I didn't like that he didn't give any girls in the club a chance. I said that so weird. Any girls in the club a chance or like tip anyone else because it's like, that makes me look bad. It doesn't make me look good. It makes me look like I pick rude people to affiliate with, and I don't want that reputation. Like, I just don't. And it's unfortunate that happened, and, I lost him as a regular, but it's like, I'd rather lose a customer like that than overextend myself for a price that's not worth it. Like, I told him, I'm like, if I'm only making like $200-300 a night, that's as much as a waitress is making. That's stupid. Like, so you can't come in here every single night. Like, that's just not how it's going to work. So yeah, that's how I solved that problem. And actually, that's how I'd recommend any girl solve that problem. Like, if you have a dude that's being that way, give him a week. Like, just take the week out of the club. That's my number one tip for guys like that. Just take a week off, get your shit together, like, relax, get, like, your energy levels back up, just sleep and hang out more, and have other dancers watch out for you. I love making friends with my coworkers because then they can give me the skinny on what somebody's doing. If I'm not in there, like my friend, she texted me right away, and it was a really good arrangement because I knew what was going on. And at the end of the day, I'm the one that has way more control than he does because the bouncers aren't looking out for him. They're looking out for me. They're looking out for the other dancers. So don't be afraid to, like, tell your club, like, hey, I'm laying low for this amount of time because CD customer and I don't want to deal with him. What else? Oh, so my book signing is in 3 weeks. I am so stoked. And I will be taking off, like, a little bit more time off of work because of that. So I'm probably not going to be working, this weekend I'm definitely not working until Sunday. I'll work Friday night, but Saturday I'm taking off. Got a really cool concert I'm going to with, like, a childhood best friend. And then next weekend I probably will get back to working, but the weekend after I have the book signing, so I'm only going to be working weeknights the last weekend of October probably. And my editor will be here, so I won't even have time to work on Friday. So I'm taking off a ton of time this month. I'm so happy about it because I need that. I need long breaks, especially at this age. I've worked for this. Like, what's nice about this industry and this career that I've chosen is I can do that whenever I want. There's unlimited vacation time, like unlimited. I can take off whenever. It does not cause an issue, and it doesn't really impact my money because in a city like this, I made, as I said, last night I set a record for most I made hourly at the club, and it was a Sunday. And I love it. I do love my club. So, you know, fuck leaving. Like, I don't need to leave because somebody's a twat and weird. Like, no, make them leave. And if you're comfortable at your club and you have no other reason to leave than a weird customer, stay at your club, stand your ground, set your boundaries, and don't be afraid to be a bitch. I mean, that's this industry. We're supposed to be aggressive. It took a while for me to get used to that, but now I just don't care because it's about time and money. If I'm not getting the most money out of my time, then it's not worth it for me. Whether that's with business partners, whether that's with like modeling gigs, or whether that's at the club. Like, time is money, y'all, especially to a dancer. And the other thing is the extras thing. Like, just be safe if you're doing that. I don't do that, and, you know, kudos to the girls who are really determined to make their bag and like go the extra step to do that. I give them credit because I think it's risky and brave. I don't do it because I'm too old. I'm too tired. Again, my rest is worth far more to me. My rest is priceless because if I don't get that at this age, then I'm going to be useless as a dancer. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I think next week I will come back. As I said, I'm gonna like talk a little bit more about how to get a regular because I might have found a second one, but I'm not assuming anything. He's a really sweet dude. He doesn't come into the club every night I'm there. He came in Saturday, but respected that Sunday, like, I was gonna be in, but he didn't want to bother me. And that is a good regular. He also danced with other girls, so it's like, that's an ideal kind of customer you want to keep around. But I will see you guys next time. I'll probably post another video this week, sometime around Thursday or Friday. And I hope you have an awesome day, Deviants.